My people, here we go right here. WHO declares Mpox, monkeypox, a global public health emergency. Now, I want you to understand something, my people. Chickenpox, smallpox, cowpox, monkeypox, all of these type of viruses or diseases come from the fact that we are mixing our blood. The first thing that happens when two opposite species engage with each other with fluids, especially mixing blood sexually, right? You start to get either a venereal disease that's going to cause to your death, or you start getting venereal diseases and infections that causes discomfort to you. Now, the black woman don't remember when this all started in the very beginning, when the violence and the enslavement and the abuse first started, right? These people wiped out two continents, Australia and Brazil, two continents filled with nothing but black people, with just their blood and their phallus alone, just having sex. The black woman womb got so infected by them raping and having sex and sharing blood with her that she died. And what happens is with melanin adjusts. I apologize. Melanin adjusts. So over time, our bodies, our blood started adjusting. And what happens is that started putting heavy metals in our blood, where iron come in, and we started becoming more dense because we're mixing blood with species that are not of us. And now, instead of literally dying from these venereal diseases, you get jaundice, you get red blood cell hemolysis, you get Tay-Sachs disease, you get sickle cell anemia, you know what I'm saying? You get chlamydia, gonorrhea, herpes. All of this stuff comes from mixing blood with other species. Elephants, you don't see no elephant wearing no condom. You don't see no female elephant taking no birth control. You don't see this in nature. And you don't see these elephants, you don't see these species with chlamydia, gonorrhea, you know what I mean, herpes. You don't see these species with these venereal viruses and diseases because they're sticking with their own genetics. Now, I'm letting you know that going forward, and I want people to understand this, going forward, this is everything is going to intensify. Now, things are going to decrease with us, like what you call us getting sick, HIV, us getting these type of diseases, because about the way that our bodies are now adjusting via new sunlight and how we are upgrading. These viruses and diseases that they have been pumping us up with is no longer going to infect us the way that they are. Now, granted, if you go and sleep with somebody that have this stuff, of course, but as far as us, you know what I mean? Like, we're not going to be easily infected. The only way you see people now easily infected because you're still eating these foods and you're still mixing with these people. Now, mind you, think about the food, the dietary supplements or the dietary meal that black people, so-called black people, eat. We eat a lot of processed food, sugar, unnatural. We eat chicken. Guess what? These people are mixed with chicken DNA. We eat fish. Guess what? These people have fish DNA, and fish carry mercury, and it also carries sexual diseases like chlamydia and gonorrhea. Yes, fish. So what else? Beef, cow. We eating cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs. Also, so you get the cowpox, chickenpox, monkeypox. All of this stuff is because we are mixing our blood with these species. And guess what? Now it's going to affect them even more, because now let me tell you why it's going to affect them now even more. Because again, they have monkey, they have chicken, they have worm, they have fish. So what's happening is because their DNA is being broken down to the most simplest form, and which is they're going to be broken down to the animal that they share the most DNA with. They're going to be broken down to the animal they share the most genetics with. And because they share a lot of genetics with what? Monkey. 96 to 98% of their genetics is monkey, the primary DNA. Now, mind you, they got other DNA in them as well. But They're going to be broken down to the most simplest animal that they share the most DNA with, and that the residual effects of that is going to be their behavior characteristics, as well as the shifting in their body, their phenotype, how their body's going to be looking, how they're going to be walking, as well as diseases. They're going to be an infectious species. First of all, you must understand what color they really are. They're not white. You understand? That's not a white skin. That is mucus. You understand? That is yellow. Y'all must understand what that look like. That is not white. That pigmentation is mucus. The same thing when you squeeze a bump. When you have a bump that's or a pimple on your face or something, and you squeeze it, what comes out of that? They say that's pus. What that is mucus. That's the same thing that's them, and they have mucous membrane skin. So you can look this up. This is not racist. This is not hatred. On with the video.
August the 14th, 2024. Guys, you're looking at an article that came out today. This is Al Jazeera. I haven't seen it on mainstream yet, but we knew it was coming. We've been told by the WHO, World Health Organization, that a new strain of something was going to come again. You know how they play that. And so what they're doing is saying that WHO has declared Mpox, which is monkeypox, a global public health emergency. Just in time, right, guys? Officials say a new fast-spreading variant has been detected in the Democratic Republic of Congo and neighboring countries. It's kind of strange how when you see certain elitist billionaires go through these countries and say they're coming to help, and this is what happens. And then, of course, a lot of money's made, and a lot of people will get sick, and there's going to be a lot of clamping down. What's it say? Declares an Mpox a global public health emergency. Again, today, August 14th, the World Health Organization, or WHO, has declared a public health emergency of an international concern. Its highest level of alert. What is happening right now, guys, about to happen in a few months. Due to a new variant of Mpox. It's monkeypox. I guess that's their short name for it. It says the WHO on Wednesday said monkeypox cases have been found in 13 African countries, and its new form is spreading. It is the second time in 2 years the organization has issued the alert for the disease. Here in the points, it says WHO calls emergency meeting to discuss jump and monkeypox cases from the Democratic Republic of Congo. African CDC declares a monkeypox a public health emergency. Where and why is monkeypox disease spreading in the DRC? South African reports second monkeypox death this week. Now, I know it's a bad thing. I think it's worse than chickenpox. Some of the pictures, it kind of looks like it got a lot of blisters all over you. But it says it comes after an outbreak of the viral infection in the Democratic Republic of Congo and has spread to neighboring countries. Today, the emergency committee met and advised me that in its view, the situation constitutes a public health emergency of international concern. Now, they have called for the firing Mexico has of this Tedros. I don't know why they call him a general. He's never done anything. But it says, I have accepted that advice. This is coming from Tedros. Tedros told the news conferences, this is something that should concern all of us. They need something to happen. WHO is committed in the days and weeks ahead to coordinate the global response, working closely with each of the affected countries and leveraging our on-the-ground presence to prevent transmission, treat those infected, and save lives. That's what Tedros is saying. And here we go. It says, this declaration can accelerate research, funding, and international public health measures. International public health measures and cooperation to contain a disease. Well, everyone, I guess, will have to take a monkeypox shot and wear a mask through the election. It triggers emergency responses in countries worldwide under the legally binding international health regulations. And now, again, Mexico's governor our president has called for him to be kicked out and possibly arrested for what has been happening, because he declared someone had a disease that died. Well, it may have been monkeypox a couple months ago in Mexico, and they wanted to try to get it started then. But the president of Mexico, and the mainstream won't say this, came back and demanded for him to step down because the man that he said died of the pox in Mexico, guys, died of cancer. That's the president of Mexico. So we are dealing with the demons, and who is their father? The father of lies.
Achieve perfect eyesight.
Now, I'm sure that this sentence will be changed in the weeks ahead. It says that monkeypox can spread through close contact between individuals. While usually mild, it can be fatal in rare cases. It causes flu-like symptoms and pus-filled lesions on the body. The DRC outbreak began with a strain known as Clade 1, but a new variant, Clade 1b, appears to be spreading more dangerously. Earlier this week, Africa's top public health body declared an mpox emergency for the continent after warning that the viral infection was spreading at an alarming rate. More than 17,000 suspected mpox cases and 517 deaths have been reported on the African continent. Now, you have, I think, a greater percentage of dying from the flu than that. This is a 160% increase in cases compared to the same period last year, the African Center for Disease Control and Prevention said. And again, they're going to try to get all the money in, all the control they can. It says it's a second alert in 2 years. A different form of the monkeypox virus, the Clade 11b or 2b, spread globally in 2022, largely through sexual contact among men who have sex with men. The WHO declared a public health emergency which lasted from July 2022 to May 2023. The outbreak, which is now largely subsided, caused some 140 deaths out of 90,000 cases. A couple things wrong with that picture. I don't have to talk about it. But guys, I don't know if they're going to push this. They're already saying it worldwide, international, putting all those keywords in place. And they're looking for as much confusion to come about in the next few months as they can bring about, including wars, famine, disease. It's also kind of interesting. Remember a couple of years ago, maybe just over a year ago, we were discussing how most of the countries were breaking away from Britain and France, the colonizers, and joining hands with Russia on exchange for food and technology, things like that, kind of the Western or the Eastern China road, including Russia. But they broke away, and France threatened to attack and everything, and they told them to bring it on, and they backed out. The International Federation of the Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies voiced profound concern over the spread of the virus. Said amid this most recent outbreak, the Red Cross has said it was scaling up preparedness measures across Africa, particularly in the eastern DRC. The organization vowed to play a crucial role in containing the spread of the disease, even in the hard-to-reach areas where the need is the greatest. It seems like countries that don't go along with the international banking or other international things always get hit the hardest. Guys, I didn't want to make this long and drawn out. It just came across, and we've been watching for what they're going to do. In the comments, be very careful, but if you find an article, just mention where the article is if you see one in Maine.
Pause. And I just want to say something real quick. Now, mind you, you know the stuff that was inside the jab. You know what I mean? Y'all know what type of stuff that was in there. And a lot of our people took that out of fear, especially over there, and was convinced to take it. And not only that, the way that they are eating. So, you know, they have to push stuff, you know, in those countries in order to make it, to normalize it as it starts to spread globally. But again, you see what I underline: men sleeping with men. Understand something, my people. This is not us. A lot of our people are going to be sick from what we are eating and what we are participating in. Understand and overstand. This is not us. And this is going to, it's not just this strand, but other strands of things are going to kick in rapidly as their cells begin to break down due to the coronal mass ejections, the new charge, this new light information that is coming into the planet. Their cells are vibrating faster, which can't keep up with the frequency. So the results of that is viruses and diseases. Abundance and gratitude to you all.